Tonight on NewsCenter, we follow up with students with mold in their dorms, celebrations of Native American Heritage Month, an artist comes to Moorhead to exhibit her work, and we get a behind-the-scenes look at the newly renovated ADUC. All this and more tonight on NewsCenter.
3, 2, 1, go!
Good evening and welcome to NewsCenter. I'm Kyle King.
And I'm Olivia Leet.
Thank you for tuning in to the news that's tuned in to you. Here's what's making headlines for November 8th, 2018.
The wait for the newly renovated ADUC is almost over.
ADUC has been under renovation since spring semester of 2016.
Well, we're really excited that the renovation's coming to a close. It's been a long time in coming. ADUC's been closed for about 2 years while it's been under renovation, and so about half of the student population really doesn't know what a university center is anymore. And so we're really excited to have it open soon so students can start coming back to enjoy everything the facility has to offer. Almost all of student affairs is on the second floor of ADUC, which includes the Vice President of Student Affairs office, Dean of Students office, student activities, which includes also Greek life. Our edict is up here for the minority students. We also have international students offices and disability services, so quite a few student affairs offices will be located right in a contiguous area on the second floor.
I am definitely looking forward to the meeting rooms. I know as president of my organization, being cooped up in a classroom makes it really restrictive. So I'm looking forward to moving meetings over here and to be able to interact with my chapter.
Oh yeah, a lot of exciting new restaurants. So we'll have the standard that's popular with the students. For example, Chick-fil-A is always a popular choice. It's still going to be here. What's exciting about Chick-fil-A is instead of it being an express Chick-fil-A, it's a full-service Chick-fil-A, just like you would if you went to any building.
For NewsCenter, I'm Lainey Blevins.
Following the midterms, the Democratic Party has taken control of the House of Representatives. The Democratic Party now has 221 seats in the House, and the Republican Party has 198. House majority is 218 seats. The Republican Party still maintains control of the Senate with 51 seats to the Democratic Party's 44 seats.
12 people were killed last night at a bar in Thousand Oaks, California, including a Ventura County Sheriff's deputy. The shooter, who has been identified as 28-year-old former Marine Ian David Long, shot and killed 12 people and injured 12 others. Eyewitnesses from the attack say that the gunman opened fire in a packed bar during college night before shooting and killing himself. Ventura County Sheriff Jeff Dean stated, "We have no idea what the motive was at this point. The shooting is still under investigation."
Last week, we covered the growing issue of mold on campus. Today, we will follow up with a few students to see how the situation has progressed.
So I realized that I had mold probably about a month ago, so I emailed housing and asked them to come fix it. It took them probably another month to come by and fix it, but they finally did, so now I don't have mold.
Well, I noticed I had mold on my vent, but I never got around to emailing housing or figuring out, where to get help. But one time they were coming around and I saw them in the hallway, so I just told them to check it out. They sprayed some stuff.
A couple weeks ago, housing came around and they were knocking on the doors and asked if I had any mold. And I said that I didn't know, and so they came in and checked and they found it and took care of it.
If you suspect you have mold, contact your resident hall advisor immediately.
Here we have Josh Bryan for our weather preview. Josh, what's the weather like?
Not good. I think it's very, very cold. Today we were looking around 45 degrees. It's going to be 45 for a while, just about there. Got some big news. We are looking at our first snow of the year. It's coming Tuesday. It's going to hit. It's going to be real cold, so everybody be sure and bundle up and stay warm.
I'm definitely not prepared for that.
Yeah, but before we have that, we've got some more rain coming tomorrow. It's just going to rain and rain and rain.
So we're not going to be dry for a little bit.
No.
Hey,
standard Kentucky weather.
Yeah, at least we're getting some snow right before holidays.
Yeah.
That's nice. Well, thank you, Josh. And
Thank
when
you.
we come back, we have an interview with the multimedia editor for MSU's Trailblazer, Brianna Robinson.
Tired of playing video games by yourself?
King me.
Don't have any friends to play board games with? Or any friends at all? Then come join the Morehead State gaming community every Tuesday night at 7 to enjoy board games, video games, and more. Hosted on the second floor of the Camden Carroll Library.
Welcome back. I'm here with multimedia editor for MSU's Trailblazer, Brianna Robinson. Hi, Brianna. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm glad to have you here.
Thanks for having me.
No problem. So I know you're part of the Trailblazer on campus. For those who don't know, can you tell us what the Trailblazer is?
The Trailblazer is Morehead State University's school newspaper. We cover local events and state-wide elections and stuff like that.
Oh, interesting. So what would you say that your mission for the Trailblazer is?
Our mission for Trailblazer is really just to keep students updated on what's happening in their communities and on campus and keep them involved and let them know what's going on.
Absolutely. So I know you're the multimedia editor. What would you say that, what do you do for the Trailblazer?
As multimedia editor, I filter through all the photos that are submitted for the stories and videos. I'm in charge of making sure the photos are edited correctly and videos have RTB logos and are correctly edited and sound correct and publish them with the stories and make sure everything goes up correctly.
So it's a pretty big responsibility then.
Yeah, it's a little nerve-wracking, especially as a sophomore. I don't want to mess anything up and cause any problems, but I really enjoy doing it and having this responsibility.
Well, that's good. That's what matters the most if you enjoy doing it. Mm-hmm. And what challenges would you say that you face being the multimedia editor?
I think it's a lot of pressure, like I said earlier, to have everything correct and not to mess anything up, but especially to have everything done on a deadline because you want to have the stories up as promptly as possible. It's hard to balance between school and work and then making sure all those photos and videos get edited. But I have a good computer and I'm able to take it with me and make it work.
Well, that makes things a lot easier.
Mm-hmm.
So the Trailblazer is online. We can find it on MSU's website.
Yeah, and you can find it at thetrailblazeronline.net as well.
Awesome. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
And we'll be right back with your weather update.
What are your strengths, weaknesses, any prior work experience?
Strengths, I'm really desperate and need this job. Weaknesses, I don't really have any that I know. But I've been told I'm an excellent juggler.
He should have gone to the suit bank. Career Services, now located on the ground floor of the library, has free professional attire available in the suit bank. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 till 4:30. Stop by and get the right attire to ace your next interview. Hope to see you soon.
Davis, the Associate Professor of Dance here at Morehead State University. Under the Dance Minor program, you will learn a variety of genres of dance, including tap, ballet, modern, jazz, hip-hop, African, dance composition, dance improvisation, dance history, intro to dance, and Pilates. If you are interested, you can become a member of our National Dance Honors Fraternity, Delta Chi Xi. This fraternity offers students the opportunity to spread dance not only on our campus, but throughout the community. If you're interested in any of our classes, please come and contact me, Professor Natasha Davis. And never miss a chance to dance.
Want to lose weight but don't know where to start? The first step is simple. Get active. Take a stroll from your dorm down to the Fuzzy Duck for about a 1 mile round trip. You can take it a step further and start cooking some healthy food, but walk to IGA instead of driving to Kroger. That's about 1.5 miles. And when you want to reward yourself for making progress, a trip to the movies is a 3-mile round trip. Once walking gets too easy, you can always start jogging. Happy exercising!
Hello, I'm Josh Bryant with your weather. All right, looks like today our current conditions, it's somewhere around 46 degrees, partly cloudy. It's been the first of many cold days. Humidity, we're looking at around 74% and winds of about 6 miles an hour. Looks like for our map for this week, we're looking at Frankfort, rocking over at 45 degrees. Here in Morehead, we're hitting over at 46. Ashland, we're at 47. Lexington, we're keeping steady around 45. London, we're at 55. Bowling Green, 57. And Paducah, they're sitting pretty at 49. All right, looks like for tonight's forecast, we've got some late rain coming in, low of about 41. Looking at a 90% chance of precipitation. And sunset's going to happen around 5:26 p.m. Looks like for tomorrow's forecast, it's going to be rain, rain, rain. A high of 44, so it's going to be another cold day. And sunrise is going to take place at 7:07 a.m. And for our 7-day forecast, tomorrow at Friday, we're starting off at 44 degrees. Saturday, we're at 38. Sunday, 48, Monday, 49, and there it is. Tuesday, we're hitting 37 and our first chance of snow. Looking at about an 80% chance of snow right there. Wednesday, we're chilling over at 49, and Thursday, we're looking at 45. Lows all around the 20s, cold. Thank you very much. Now over to Braxton with the sports.
On Wednesday, November 7th, just one day after working out with the New Orleans Saints, Dez Bryant was signed to a 1-year deal. Since being released by the Dallas Cowboys in April, Bryant has been searching for an opportunity to show that he still has a lot left in the tank. The 30-year-old wideout will look to revive his career playing in a dominant offense led by head coach Sean Payton and all-time passing yards leader Drew Brees. Morehead State football watched the Stetson Hatters pull away for a 48-24 defeat Saturday at Speck Martin Stadium. With this loss, the Eagles fall to 3-6 overall and 2-4 in the PFL. The Eagles piled up 472 total offensive yards, but not being able to convert on third downs is what hurt the Eagles during the game. MSU finished with 177 rushing yards, while senior quarterback lost. Morehead State returns to conference play Saturday at Dayton for a 1 p.m. Eastern Time kickoff. Morehead State volleyball falls short in a match against the Murray State Racers Saturday. The Eagles fell behind by dropping 2 early sets. Morehead State made a furious comeback, winning the next 2 sets and playing a tight 5th set before falling 15-11. Morehead State's redshirt senior middle blocker, Jesse Watchman, had the game's highest kill count. Watchman slammed home a career-best 21 kills. She also added a .735 hitting efficiency on 40 total swings to top off her career day. Sophomore Olivia Lohmeyer tallied 19 total kills for the third time this season. Lauren Roque also contributed 12 kills to help the Eagles make a comeback. MSU turned away 7 total attacks at the net, with Maddie Fella leading the team with 4 blocks. The Eagles bring the regular season to an end with a pair of matches during the OVC's Nashville contingent. The Eagles will host Tennessee State and Belmont on the 9th and 10th at 7 p.m. and 2 p.m. With 4 players in double figures, the Morehead State men's basketball team had no problem handling the Kentucky Christian Knights Tuesday night. The Eagles were led by sophomore forward Malik Green, who scored a career-best 18 points. Devon Cooper, Jordan Walker, and A.J. Hicks all had double-digit scoring to help the Eagles secure the win.
Morehead State University men's basketball team flew past KCU men's team in their season opener Tuesday night. With 4 players in double figures, the Eagles claimed a 102-82 victory over the Knights. Sophomore forward Malik Green led the Eagles in scoring for the night. He scored a career-best 18 points. Devon Cooper also netted a career-best in scoring by scoring 16 points. Junior guard Jordan Walker also scored in double digits with 13 points, and senior point guard A.J. Hicks netted 10. MSU came out with an 8-0 lead before KCU got its first bucket. The Eagles shot 60% from the field in the opening 20 minutes to get a 61-41 lead in the first half. The Knights fought hard, though, and even brought the score within 4 points with 8 minutes left in the first half. After a breakaway slam from freshman Malik Riddle, the Eagles went on a 20-9 run to create a 52-37 cushion. MSU maintained an advantage of between 16 and 22 points for the remainder of the game. The Eagles also grabbed 21 offensive rebounds, leading to 33 second-chance points. The Eagles will continue its early season schedule against UConn today in Connecticut at 7 p.m. Eastern Time.
Stay tuned for more news after the break.
Dude, where you been out all day?
Breckenridge Hall.
What's so cool about Breckenridge Hall?
On Wednesday night, election results started to pour in after the polls closed at 6 p.m. That's when it was announced that Rowan County Clerk incumbent Kim Davis was defeated by Elwood Caudill Jr. The results were announced when all precincts were reporting and Caudill led by 700 votes. Davis was up for re-election for the first time since refusing to follow a Supreme Court ruling to issue marriage licenses to same-sex couples.
Many community members gathered downtown to celebrate the annual Turkey Trot to support Alzheimer's awareness. NewsCenter's Olivia Leet was there.
3, 2, 1, go! go!
The annual 5K Turkey Trot was held this past Saturday at the Moorhead Conference Center. St. Clair worker Mary Horsley explains why Moorhead has this event.
This is our 8th Turkey Trot. So we started in 2011 as a tribute to my mother-in-law. We wanted to do something to honor her. She died from Alzheimer's disease in 2011. So we wanted to keep it in our community. So all the proceeds from our events stay in the Moorhead and surrounding area community. We raise about $3,000 to $4,000 a year, and it's for local caregivers.
Not only is this event raising money to help those with Alzheimer's or family and friends affected by it, but this event is also bringing awareness to the community.
We try to make this an awareness event because Alzheimer's is the 6th leading cause of death in the nation, and currently there's no cure for it. So not only are we raising funds to help our community, but more importantly, we want to raise awareness about this memory-robbing disease.
Horsley also says that the donations can still be given even after the event is over. She wants the community to know one thing.
And I just appreciate so much the Moorhead and Round County community for helping us, the Moorhead Conference Center for being a partner and sponsoring this event, and most of all, everybody that comes out for it.
For NewsCenter, I'm Olivia Leet.
Thanks, Olivia. Horsley says that over 400 people participated at the event. If you would like to make a donation, contact Mary Horsley at 606-316-7756 or email her at mary.horsley@uky.edu.
Last night, Moorhead State had much Native American pride in Camden Carroll Library.
The Southern Cherokee Nation of Kentucky visited Moorhead State last night. They were hosting the Native American Heritage Month. Chairmember Russell taught about Native American history.
Nobody had the right to dispose of property or sell property or treaty or give it away. So you got a group of people that die hard, we can't do this. So there are two parties, the treaty party and the non-treaty party. That eventually later on ended up somewhat of a civil war. They had a newspaper for 4 or 5 years before they went on the Trail of Tears. It was printed, I think they called it the Phoenix.
Smudge art, well, I will smudge my space. When I'm at powwow or at a gathering or a festival, I will smudge my whole little place. And that's just to keep, we pray and smudge, and that's part of our prayer. Our prayers are lifted to the Creator with our smoke from our sage. Massacre. They killed over 100 women and children that day. And my 4th great-grandmother, or 5th great-grandmother, Morning Dawn, was one of the warriors at that battle.
At the end of the night, they presented a workshop in which you could make your own dream catcher. The workshop was an overall success and students seemed to really enjoy it. For NewsCenter, I'm Erica Johnson.
On Election Day, Facebook blocked many accounts in an attempt to combat meddling in the voting process. Just the day before voting, Facebook suspended 30 Facebook and 85 Instagram accounts when law enforcement received a tip-off that they may have been linked to foreign entities. Earlier in the week, they also shut down approximately 115 accounts for suspected connections to foreign efforts to voting interference.
Andy Barr's victory over Amy McGrath gained national attention and a mention from the president. Trump stated it was a very tough race in Kentucky and he was down quite a bit, but he won that race. Barr says he wants a strong economy and wants to continue with a change in U.S. House leadership. He says we should look at the problems facing our country and the need to invest in infrastructure, rebuilding our country, and our roads and our bridges. Barr says the best way to bring America together is to focus on solving problems. After the break, we'll be right back with more news.
Are you interested in becoming a service dog sitter or handler? 4 Paws for Ability at MSU allows members to get involved with the Service Dog Association. During your membership, you could help future service dogs get used to a public setting and get accustomed to staying on the clock in a home environment. For more information, follow MSU 4 Paws or email msusda@outlook.com.
The Rowan County Art Center is hosting an art exhibit of Gretchen Bainham for the next several weeks. Gretchen met with NewsCenter to talk about her art and her passion.
Everything that I do has to do with nature. Some of the pieces are made from things that I've collected from nature, and the ones that are not made from natural objects are about nature. I asked to have the exhibit. I went to Ashley and I said, "Ashley, how do you get to have an exhibit at the Art Center?" And she said, "Just ask me." So she had 1 month that was open, and I said, I'll do it. So that's how it came about. I'm hoping the experimenting, will kind of rub off on other people. Art is, you can paint very traditional things, but it's fun to kind of branch out and see what kind of things you can do. One of the pieces I did, I think in 1985, it was my oldest one, and they go all the way to, I just finished one of them a couple of weeks ago. It took me quite a long time to get these things all ready to show, because I don't usually frame things when they're at home, so it took a while to get frames on them and mats and so on. That was quite a challenge for me. That took me probably a good month to get everything ready. Our culture has gotten so wrapped up in making money. Making money is not what it's about. Your passion is what it's about.
After a year of being personally attacked by the president about the Russian investigations, Attorney General Jeff Sessions resigned from his position. His resignation was given to President Donald Trump in a form of letter, which Sessions says came at your request. Later, Trump announced in a separate tweet that because of Sessions' resignation, he was appointing Sessions' Chief of Staff, Matthew Whitaker, as acting Attorney General.
A Bath County grand jury indicted Judge Beth Mays on 2 felony counts of forgery and 1 felony count of tampering with public records. Mays is the Chief Court Justice representing Rowan, Bath, Montgomery, and Menifee counties. Mays was suspended with pay effective on October 2nd, pending the outcome of the trial. The criminal charges are Class D felonies and are subjected to 1 to 5 years of prison time. She allegedly signed attorney Michael Campbell's name on the line that was designated for the attorney for defendant. Thomas Clay, Mays' attorney, said last week that Mays intends to plead not guilty and fight the charges.
Dr. Philip Prater has been awarded the 2018 Kentucky Veterinary of the Year. Prater is a professor of veterinary technology at MSU and has won many other awards in the past for his accomplishments. Prater says in an interview that he was truly shocked and humbled to receive this award. After earning his Doctor of Veterinary Medicine from Ohio State University, Prater began his career at MSU in 1998 and currently serves on many committees around the community, such as the KVMA Legislative Committee, the KVMA Food Animal Committee, and the Kentucky Department of Agriculture Market Development.
At Frederick Douglass High School in Lexington, Kentucky, a student was charged with possession of a stolen handgun on school property. Principal Lester Diaz states the gun was considered well concealed and undetected. Along with legal repercussions, the student will also face administrative consequences throughout the school district. Frederick Douglass High School had metal detectors installed in May, but they are now working with their contracted security ambassadors to revisit search procedures.
Chi Omega will be hosting their annual Chi Follies event on November 10th. Tickets are $8 and are being sold at 3rd Street Eats on November 7th, 8th, 9th, and 12th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. All proceeds from ticket sales benefit the Make-A-Wish Foundation. That's all the news we have for you this week.
Tune in next week for your news update.
Mail.com.
Yes!